very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the game where we aim for the obscure and we ignore the obvious. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
Hi there, I'm Jessica and this is Gary, and we're work colleagues from London.
Couple number two.
Hello, I'm Jamie. This is my cousin Corey, and we're from Banbridge in Northern Ireland.
Couple number three.
Hi, I'm Gemma. This is Zoe, and we're friends from Leeds.
And finally, couple number four.
Hi, I'm Angharad. This is my twin sister Megan, and we're from Denbigh in North Wales.
And these are today's contestants. Thank you very much, all of you. Lovely to have you here on Pointless. We'll chat a bit further as the show goes along. That just leaves one more person for me to introduce. He's been illegally tapped up to star in another quiz show. I won't name it, but let's just say he's been egg-head hunted. That's not going to happen. My Pointless friend is Richard.
Hiya. Afternoon, everybody. Welcome along. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
We've got one returning pair, Zoe and Gemma. Welcome back. They didn't join the 200 club last time.
No.
Which is good, but they did join the 190 club, which is close, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we had a lovely final round last time, Steve and Pauline. So we had a couple of pointless answers in the last show. It was a good show. And they needed one more to take home that jackpot. And they got a one-pointer in that final round. 1 point answer.
Always tough.
That's a shame, isn't it?
Yeah. So, as you've gathered, Pauline and Steve didn't win the jackpot last time, so we're adding another £1,000 to that. So today's jackpot starts off at £2,500. There we are. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. Just remember this, if nothing else. It's the pair with the highest score at the end of each round that gets eliminated, so just keep your scores nice and low. Everything's marvellous. Best of luck to all four pairs. Our first category today is television. Can you all decide in your pairs? Who's going to go first? Who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns TV medics. Richard.
On each board, you're going to see the names of 7 fictional TV medics. You also see the actor who played them and the initials of the show they were in. Can you name those shows, please?
Thank you very much indeed. So let's reveal our TV medics and see if you can identify these shows. Here's our first board of 7. We have Vet James Herriot, Christopher Timothy, ACGAS. Nurse Ethel Carr, Ruth Sheen, B. Emergency Nurse Practitioner Charlie Fairhead, Derek Thompson, C. GP Prem Sharma, Sanjeev Bhaskar, TID. Pathologist Nikki Alexander, Amelia Fox, SW. Dr. Mark Sloan, Dick Van Dyke, DM. And Dr. Caroline Todd, Tamsin Gregg, GW. I'll read those character names again. Vet James Herriot, Nurse Ethel Carr, Emergency Nurse Practitioner Charlie Fairhead, GP Prem Sharma, Pathologist Nikki Alexander, Dr. Mark Sloan and Dr. Caroline Todd. We're after the names of those shows. Jessica, welcome to Pointless. Good to have you here. Tell us all about yourself.
So I work as an investigator for the UK regulator for goods and contents charged to your mobile phone.
Right
Whoa,
there.
An investigator.
Investigator?
Now we're talking.
Come on, what are you investigating?
So we investigate things that are charged to your phone bill. So that can be like donating to charity, or it could be voting on a TV competition, maybe for people to win. And it could be game downloads, things like that.
Wow.
Do you think that Jessica is here possibly to investigate one of us?
I think she would have said that she was a civil servant if she was actually here, if she was here on business. I think she's very much on a day off.
In which case, phew.
Yeah. It's a relief, isn't it?
What a relief.
Uh-oh.
Oh. OK, thank you very much. Now, Jessica, great to have you with us. What are you going to... Is everything OK, Jessica? Are you happy?
This
Everyone
board is
looking after
not
you
looking
OK?
good for me.
OK.
Don't want to let Gary down. He's going to hate me, but I think I'm going to go for the third one down and go for Casualty.
Derek Thompson, Casualty. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Casualty. It is Casualty. Ooh, look down, it goes to 79. There we are, 79, gets us off to a good start.
Yeah, he's been in that show, Derek Thompson, since it began 33 years ago. Do you know what, Jessica, when you were saying I don't want to let Gary down, Gary had the loveliest expression on his entire face. There isn't anyone in the world who would be cooler with being let down, I think, than Gary in that moment. However, once you gave the answer, just a fury.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now, Jamie, welcome to Pointless. Good to have you here from Banbridge.
Yes.
Tell us all about yourself, Jamie.
Well, I'm currently a student studying mathematics at Queen's in Belfast.
How's that going? You enjoying it?
It's going well, yeah. I've just finished my 3rd year.
So hang on, do you do 4 years there?
Yes,
or...
I'm doing a master's, so I've still got 1 more year left to go.
Jamie, tell us, what else do you get up to? What are your hobbies?
Well, I quite like television. I like listening to music. Yeah, just various forms of entertainment, really. I like watching movies as well. But unfortunately, not TV medics. That is not my strong point.
Are you struggling here?
Yes.
Interesting.
So it's going to be a bit of a guess, unfortunately. Although this somehow rings a bell, I might have just made it up, but I'm going to go for Dr. Mark Sloan.
Yeah.
And hopefully that's Dr. Monroe. Again, might have just made this up. But...
Dr. Monroe. It's a great thing to have made up. You just made it up. Anyway, Dr. Monroe. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Dr. Monroe. It's a great thing to have made up. There you are, Jamie. It sounds like a great show. 100 points for that. I'm afraid an incorrect answer.
Yeah, not a correct answer, I'm afraid. But it does put pressure on anyone else who gives us a wrong answer to have a really good one. If you're going to make something up, make up something good.
Yeah.
To try and beat Dr. Monroe. Oh, I'm hearing the BBC have just commissioned it. You are... Oh, no, I'm hearing Ben Miller is the...
There we go.
Is the doctor.
Thanks very much, Richard. Zoe, welcome back.
Thank you.
Remind us all about yourself, Zoe.
I work for a major supermarket up in Leeds, and in my spare time I like to do a bit of gardening. I love a bit of baking, and I am also doing maths as well as a degree part-time.
Just for fun. Now, so we discovered last time you work in the homewares department. So your gardening and baking, I mean, this just falls beautifully for you.
Yeah.
OK, now, Zoe, what are you going to go for?
I know a few. I might do a bit of a risky one, though.
Go on.
I'm going to go for Dr. Mark Sloan, and I think it's Diagnosis Murder.
Diagnosis Murder. Dick Van Dyke. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Diagnosis Murder. It's a good answer. 100's the high score, 79's the low, and you passed both of those comfortably. Down it goes to 24. Very well done. 24 for Diagnosis Murder.
Well played, Zoe. It used to be on in the afternoons all the time, didn't it, Diagnosis Murder? And his real-life son plays his son in the show as well. Dick Van Dyke's son.
Wow.
Barry.
Wow, Barry Van Dyke?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, right, sorry, OK. Yeah, why not? Thank you very much. Ang Harrod.
Hello.
Welcome to the show. Good to have you here. Tell us all about yourself, Ang Harrod.
So I'm trying to pursue a career in acting at the moment. So I've mainly just been auditioning for drama school this year and then doing some bits and bobs like some short films and some corporate work to see where it goes from here.
Fantastic. So have you been to drama school? Or
No,
have
I'm
you
just
been...
auditioning at the moment and then I'm still waiting on some of those results.
Well, good luck with that.
Thank you.
How exciting. Maybe a nice little medical drama.
Dr. Monroe.
Dr. Monroe. They are casting right now. And tell us something else about yourself. So tell us something surprising about yourself.
So we both used to play table tennis for Wales.
Wow.
What about that?
I didn't know Wales enjoyed watching table tennis, but it's...
The pair of you, twins, where did you play? How far did you get? What
So
sort
I
of
guess our
events did you
biggest
play?
competition was we went to the Commonwealth Games in
Oh, for
Delhi in
goodness sake.
2010 and Glasgow in 2014.
Wow. And have you hung your bats up now, then?
Yeah,
or...
we've stopped sort of playing competitively now. We'll still play for fun occasionally, but just trying new things now.
How amazing. OK, now, Ang Harrod, fill in this board for us.
OK. So I know Emilia Fox is Silent Witness and Tamsin Gregg is Green Wing. Is Ruth Sheen Blackadder? I don't know if that's a stupid thing to say, but I think I'm going to go for Dr. Caroline Todd and Green Wing.
OK, Green Wing for the Tamsin Gregg part. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Green Wing. It's right. And down it goes to 16. Very well done indeed. Best score of the pass, Ang Harrod.
That's a terrific answer, Angharad. Very well played. You are quite right about Amelia Fox. Would have scored you more points, though. It was Silent Witness. Would have scored you 37. Now, let's go to the top, shall we? Vet James Herriot.
All Creatures Great and Small.
All Creatures Great and Small is absolutely right. 44 for that. Nurse Ethel Coates, not Blackadder. Very well done at home. It's the best answer on the board. If you said Bramwell, 3 points for that. And Sanjeev Bhaskar.
The Indian Doctor.
The Indian Doctor, another daytime show as well. 9 points for Sanjeev.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, well, let's have a look at the scores. We're halfway through the round. Well done, Angharad. Best score of the past. 16 there. Then we travel up to 24, where we find Zoe and Gemma. 79 at the other end of the scale. We've got Jessica and Gary. And then right up to the top score there, Jamie and Corey, I'm afraid. Corey, let's see what happens in the next pass. A nice low score from you wouldn't hurt, though. Good luck. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, we're going to put 7 more fictional TV medics up on the board, and here they are. We have got Nurse Trixie Franklin, Helen George, CTM, Junior Doctor Ruby Walker, Amrita Acharya, TGKH, GP Martin Ellingham, Martin Clunes, DM, Pathologist Laura Hobson, Claire Holman, L, Surgeon Benjamin Franklin, Hawkeye Pierce, Alan Alder, M, Nurse Megan Roberts, Neris Hughes, TDN, and GP Jimmy Clay, Adrian Lewis Morgan, D. I will read all of those again. Nurse Trixie Franklin, Junior Doctor Ruby Walker, GP Martin Ellingham, Pathologist Laura Hobson, Surgeon Benjamin Franklin, Hawkeye Pierce, Nurse Megan Roberts, and GP Jimmy Clay. There we are. Megan, welcome.
Hi.
Well, but before we even start, I know something surprising about you. Tell us all about yourself.
Sure, so I work for the research and evaluation team at an education charity. So basically our team's role is to measure the impact that the charity's having on disadvantaged students.
Very good indeed. And what do you do for fun?
So yeah, again, a big sports fan. I also really like to travel. We've got sort of a bucket list between us where we're trying to go to every country in Europe by the time we're 30. So trying to tick some off as...
That's pretty good. I mean, did you travel a lot when you were playing ping pong? Ping pong. Table tennis. Sorry.
That's right.
Ping pong.
Yeah, I think that's definitely where our interest in travel started. So we would try and get to see some places when we visited, but sometimes it would be like the hotel, the airport, the sports hall, and that's about it.
That's about
Yeah.
Fun though. Anyway, now Megan, there you are on 16. If you can score 83 or less, you're into round 2.
Sure. I'm really glad that Angharad got a good score in round 1 because this isn't a particularly good board for me, so I might have to play it really safe. So I think I'll go for the top one, which I'm hoping is Call the Midwife.
CTM, Call the Midwife, stands to reason. Let's see. Here's your red line. Can you get below that with Call the Midwife? It's right, and you're absolutely through, Megan. Well done. Down it goes to 29. Takes your total up to 45.
Safe and sound, well done. Such a big hit series, Call the Midwife, based on the memoirs of Jennifer Worth. Set in sort of 50s and 60s, East End of London.
Thank you very much, Richard. Gemma, welcome back. Remind us all about yourself, Gemma.
I run an under-5s children's play space in Leeds that I opened up last year. And when I'm not playing with children all day, I go home and play with my toddler.
Oh, so there we are. It's toddlers and children all the way. What time do you start in the morning?
9, but I usually get there about 10 past.
Anyway, so I cut you off. You're about to say, and a dog. You've got a dog as well.
Yeah, my firstborn.
What sort of dog have you got?
A Cocker Spaniel called Maisie.
Very nice. OK. Now, Gemma, what are you going to go for here? 75 or less gets you through to the next round.
I know 2, and they're both really obvious ones, so I'll go with the third one, Doc Martin.
OK, Doc Martin for the Martin Clunes one. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Doc Martin. There's your red line. It is Doc Martin, and look at that. Through you go. 64, taking your total up to 88.
Yeah, another lovely series. He took over when Doc Munro was struck off.
Oh, give the game away. Doc Munro, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. OK, so, Corey, welcome. Tell us all about yourself, Corey.
I am a computer science student, currently in my 3rd year. I'm in my placement year, actually, so I'm out in industry, and then next year I'll return.
And then back you come. You bring all the wisdom of the outside world back to the faculty.
Somewhat, yeah.
Very exciting. What are your interests, Corey?
I like to play hockey and golf. Hockey whenever golf or hockey's over, I like to go and play golf.
Very good. OK, Corey, you're the high scorers. What are you going to go for?
Well, my answer has just been taken, and Jamie has left me with quite a mountain to climb, so I'm going to go for the bottom question. GP Jimmy Clay for doctors.
Doctors,
Yeah.
says Corey. No red line, you're the high scorers. Let's see what happens when we say doctors. It's right. That's quite a low score, 33. Not bad. Takes your total up to 133.
It's a good answer. It's been on BBC Daytime for 19 years. Doctors.
Wow. Thank you, Richard. Now, Gary. Gary, welcome to Pointless. Tell us all about yourself, Gary.
OK, well, by day I work as an investigator with Jessica, but by night I'm a martial arts instructor in Wing Chun Kung Fu.
Wow.
Wow.
See, that's fine. Do you work as a pair in your investigations?
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes Jessica helps me out with my investigations and I help her.
Wow. She kicks down the door.
I was going to say,
Gary
you
just
ever
comes
on,
in.
You ever on stakeout together?
Never.
Be fun, that. Gary, you're on 79. 53 or less gets you into the next round. Do you feel like taking us through that board?
I would like to take you through the board, but I only know one of the answers, I think, which is Hawkeye Pierce, MASH.
And that's the one you're going to go
That's the one I'm going to go for.
Here is your red line. Can you get below this red line with MASH? Let's find out. Right. Done it. Done it. Look at that, 43. Very well done indeed. Takes your total up to 122.
Very well played, Gary. I think the final episode of that at the time was the highest rated TV show in history in the US when it went out. Shall we take a little look at the rest and fill them in? Do you know the junior doctor Ruby Walker? It's another great series, ITV series, The Good Karma Hospital. Which scored you 9 points. Now, people will know this next series, but hard to get just from the initial L. Is it Lewis?
Lewis.
Which scored you 10. And Nurse Megan Roberts.
Was the district nurse.
It was indeed, yeah. The wonderful Nerys Hughes. And she would have scored you 15 points.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, we're at the end of our first round. Let's have a quick look at those scores and see who we have to say goodbye to. Corey and Jamie, I'm afraid the high score of 133 is yours. Great to have you on. We hardly got to chat, but we'll see you again next time. We look forward to that very much. Meantime, thank you so much, Corey and Jamie. But for the remaining three pairs, it is now time for round two. Welcome to round two, and as you'll see, we've lost one of our pairs. Well done, you survived that round. Angharad, lowest individual score, very well done indeed. Angharad and Megan, lowest combined scores as well, so all looking very, very strong on that far podium. Best of luck to all three pairs. Our category for round two today is higher education. Can you all decide in your pairs? Who's going to go first? Who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many countries with at least one of the world's best 500 universities as they could. Richard.
Yeah, in September 2018, the Times Higher Education Supplement published its list of the 500 best universities in the world, just any country in which one of those universities is situated. Please, as always, by country, we mean a sovereign state that's a member of the UN in its own right.
Thank you very much, Richard. Jessica.
Hopefully this will be low. So I'm thinking the United Arab Emirates.
The UAE,
Yeah.
says Jessica. OK, let's see how many of our 100 people said the UAE. It's right. I think that deserves a lovely low score, Jessica. Let's hope the tower concurs. Down it goes to one. Very well done indeed. Excellent start to the round. The UAE.
That's very good thinking, because I guess, of course, right, they would. And they got 2 in that top 500, the UAE.
Greedy.
Good answer.
Yeah. Thank you very much indeed. Now, Gemma.
don't want to go too obscure because maybe they don't have a good university.
That's it, isn't it? That's the thing. But obscure enough to be fun.
I'm just going to go with Norway.
Norway. Norway. Well, let's see. How many of our 100 people said Norway? Norway's right. The only score we have so far is 1. Norway, 13.
They've got 4 universities on the list, Norway.
Goodness.
It's a lot, isn't it?
That is a lot. Thank you very much indeed. OK, now, Megan.
So I think, again, I don't want to go for something too obscure, but there have been really good scores so far, so I might have to take a tiny bit of a risk. I might try South Africa.
OK, South Africa, says Megan. Let's see how many of our 100 people said South Africa. It's right. 13 is the high score, 1 is the low. 10. 10 for South Africa.
4 South African universities in that list.
Thanks very much indeed. Well, we're halfway through the round. Let's have a look at those scores. 1, the best score of the past. Very well done to you, Jessica. Great start to the round. Made everybody else think extra hard, so very well done, Jessica. Then we travel up to 10, where we find Megan and Angharad. Then up to 13, where we find Gemma and Zoe. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? So, Angharad, we're looking for the name of any country that has at least one of the world's best 500 universities.
OK. I'm going to stick with the Scandinavian theme and go for Finland.
Finland, says Angharad. OK, you do actually get a red line. But let's see what happens when we say Finland. It's right. $13 for Norway, 6 for Finland. Takes your total up to 16.
Yeah, and they've got 8 universities on the list. I will not go through them all.
No,
but
don't all
they're
of them.
very good at education, the Finns. You don't start school in Finland till you're 7.
No, but their literacy is incredibly high.
Exactly.
Yeah, they have libraries that stay open till about 10 at night. And
Because
they're
of
packed,
because of the sunshine.
I guess, yeah. Thank you very much indeed. Now, OK, Zoe, we turn to you. What are you going to go for? You have to score 2 or less.
I'm really not good with geography, so I'm going to also stick with the same theme. I'm going to try Sweden.
Sweden. We're going to mop up around the Arctic Circle. Zoe is saying Sweden. There is your red line. Again, also very low. Let's see what happens when we say Sweden. Sweden again, absolutely right. 25 for Sweden. 38 is your total.
Yeah, they've got 11 universities on the list. It already feels like it's adding up to more than 500. Yes, Stockholm, Gothenburg, all sorts of Swedish universities.
Inveterate readers, the Swedish.
Oh, they love to read. I mean,
One
they read
of
Swedish.
those, I tell you what, one of those Scandinavian countries, it is compulsory for all children to learn music the whole way through their academic career.
Hence ABBA.
Hence ABBA. But it has had the most enormous effect.
Hence Barbie Girl by Aqua.
Exactly, hence.
Hence Roxette.
There you
It's
go.
really worth doing.
Yeah, it really is. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. OK, now, Gary.
Hi, Alexander.
Oh, look at that. You're on 1. You only have to score 36 or less to get through. Jessica really set the bar there, I think, with her
did.
fabulous first answer of UAE. What are you going to go for?
Well, I'm thinking Far East, so I'm thinking South Korea.
South Korea. Here is your red line. Can you get below this red line with South Korea? Let's find out. It's right. And you're through. Very well done. And down it goes to 3. Fantastic work, Gary. Takes your total up to 4. Sees you very comfortably through.
10 universities on that list. The highest one, I think, is Seoul National University. Very good answer. There are some pointless answers up there, actually. I'll give you some low scorers. 2 points for Hungary and Turkey, 1 point for Chile, Estonia, Saudi Arabia, and we already heard United Arab Emirates from Jessica. But here are the pointless answers. All of these have got universities in that top 500. Cyprus, Iceland, Iran. Jordan, Lebanon, Luxembourg. They've got one in there, Luxembourg. Malaysia would have been a lovely answer, as a pointless answer, as is Qatar. Let's take a look at the top 3 answers. Germany, they've got 44 universities on the list.
Too many.
Too many. Germany would have scored you 59. France, 62 points there. And the United States is top there with 88 points. Now, the United States, guess how many of those top 500 universities are in the US?
Shall we say 138?
Ooh, 123.
Ooh.
It's a lot, isn't it?
That's a lot.
I don't know how many UK universities are on that list, but it'll be a few.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Well, we are at the end of our second round, which means we have to say goodbye to another pair. And Zoe and Gemma, I'm so sorry. This is the end of the road for you. It's been great having you on Pointless both shows, but I'm afraid this is where we say goodbye. Zoe and Gemma, thank you so much. But for the remaining 2 pairs, it's now time for our head-to-head. Congratulations, Megan and Harrod, Jessica and Gary. You are now one step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £2,500. Well, you now play as pairs, and the first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot. What about this?
That was impressive, that last round, wasn't it? 'Cause it's one of those ones where you don't know for sure what the answers are, so you have to try and be smart. And they were very smart.
Yeah,
especially on that
everyone
first
was
podium.
smart.
Goodness
Yeah,
me.
absolutely. This is going to be very, very hard fought. I think very, very best of luck to both pairs. Let's play the head-to-head. Here's your first question, and our first question today is all about joints.
We're going to show you 5 woodworking joints now. You have to tell us what these joints are called, please. We will give you the first and last letters of each word in them.
Excellent. OK, let's find out what the joints are. Here they come. We have got A, D, L. B, T, E, A, D, G, E. C, R, T. D, D, O. And E, M, E. There you are, 5 types of joint. Megan and Angharad, you're our low scorers, so you get to go first.
So I think we're going to have to make something up because we don't know any of them. And we thought the one that we'd have the best chance at making up would be D. So, we're going to go for Dido. We're going to go for Dido.
Dido. OK, Dido. Nice classical joint there. Jessica and Gary, do you fancy talking us through the rest of that board? Or the whole of the board, if you like?
I think we're the same.
Yeah, we're going to have to make something
We're going to have
up.
to make something up. We don't know our joints.
We don't do woodwork.
Yeah, don't do woodwork.
No.
Not in investigations.
You make something up.
We'll go with D as well. We'll say Devo.
OK, so essentially changing a D for a V there. OK, so we've got Dido and Devo. Megan and Angharad went for Dido for D. Let's see if that's right. For now, let's just see if it's right. It's no, not a Dido joint. Jessica and Gary gone for the same joint, and they're going for Devo. Let's see if that's right. Nope. Which means, after one question, it's 0-0. Richard.
And a generation of woodworkers have just stormed off to their sheds in disgust at home. Now, that one, you sometimes have a rail along your wall.
Dado.
It's a dado, yeah. And that dado would have scored you 13 points. Let's fill in all of these, shall we? The first one?
Dovetail.
Is dovetail. Would have scored 47. The next one?
Tongue and groove.
This is the biggest scorer, tongue and groove. Would have scored you 69 points. C, do you know that one? It's the best answer up there. It's rabbit.
Ah.
7 points for that. And the last one?
Again, I don't know.
Is a mitre. And mitre would have scored you 43. You might have guessed that one.
I might have.
That went well.
That did go up. Anyway, there we go. Right, well, everything's still to play for. Here comes your second question. Jessica and Gary, you get to answer this one first. Second question today is all about words beginning with an A and ending with a Z. Richard.
Yeah, we're going to give you 5 clues now that lead you to a word that begins with A and ends with Z, but which is the most obscure answer.
OK, let's have a look at our 5 clues. Here they come. Surname of the Cuban actor and band leader who married Lucille Ball in 1940. Adjective meaning filled with a continuous humming sound. Animated film starring Woody Allen that was released in the same year as A Bug's Life. Former maximum security prison located on an island in San Francisco Bay, and large public square in Berlin named after the Russian Tsar who visited the city in 1805. I'll read those again. Surname of the Cuban actor and band leader who married Lucille Ball in 1940. Adjective meaning filled with a continuous humming sound. Animated film starring Woody Allen that was released in the same year as A Bug's Life. Former maximum security prison located on an island in San Francisco Bay, and large public square in Berlin named after the Russian Tsar who visited the city in 1805. Jessica and Gary will go first.
I don't know any. Do you know any?
It's either ants or Alcatraz.
Go for Alcatraz. 2 ants, actually.
OK, we think we know 2. We're going for the animated film starring Woody Allen, Ants.
Ants. Say Jessica and Gary. Now then, Megan and Angharad. Do you want to talk us through that board?
So the prison is Alcatraz, but we think we're going to go for the bottom one, which we think is Alexanderplatz.
Alexanderplatz. OK, so we have ants and we have Alexanderplatz. Jessica and Gary said ants. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. $42 for ants. Meanwhile, Megan and Angharad have gone for Alexanderplatz. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that for the square in Berlin. That's right. And it wins you the point. Very well done indeed. Down that goes to 10. Which means after 2 questions, Megan and Angharad, you are up 1-0.
And it's the best answer on the board as well, so well played and back on form. The rest of the answers, the surname of the Cuban actor is Arnaz, Desi Arnaz, who scored you 45. The adjective, meaning filled with a continuous humming sound.
A buzz?
A buzz,
A buzz.
is right. Well done. Would have scored 17, and you're right about Alcatraz. It's a big scorer, though. 83 points for Alcatraz.
Thank you very much indeed. So here comes your third question. Jessica and Gary, you have to win this one to stay in the game. But Megan and Angharad, you get to answer it first. Our third question today is all about 2-wheeled songs. Richard.
Yeah, 5 titles of UK Top 40 hit singles now that all have form of 2-wheel transport in their title. Can you tell us who had hits with these, please? You're going to see the initials of the artists in brackets.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, let's reveal our 5 2-wheeled song clues, and here they come. Funky Moped, JC, 1975. Les Bicyclettes de Belsize, EH, 1968. Bicycle Race, Q, 1978. Motorbikin, CS, 1975. And 9 Million Bicycles, KM, 2005. I'll read those again. Funky Moped, JC, 1975. Les Bicyclettes de Belsize, EH, 1968. Bicycle Race, Q, 1978. Motorbikin, CS, 1975. And 9 Million Bicycles, KM, 2005. Megan and Angharad, you get to go first.
I think we only know 2 for sure, so I think we're just going to go for the bottom one, which we believe is Katie Melua.
Katie Melua for 9 Million Bicycles. Now then, Jessica and Gary, over to you. Do you fancy talking us through that board?
Well, we knew that one as well, so we were hoping to go for that one. And I think we're going to take a guess and say Bicycle Race is Queen.
OK, Queen, Bicycle Race. We have Katie Melua and we have Queen. Megan and Angharad, you've gone for Katie Melua. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. It's right. Down it goes to 33. Jessica and Gary, meanwhile, have gone for Queen for bicycle race. Let's see how many people said Queen. Queen is right. 57 for Queen. Which means, very well done. After 3 questions, Megan and Angharad, you are through to the final, 2-0.
Now, Funky Moped, better known as a comedian. Jasper Carrot.
Oh, Jasper
Yeah,
Carrot.
30 points for that. Les Bicyclettes de Belsize.
Engelbert Humperdinck.
It was Engelbert Humperdinck.
Good.
Yeah, well done. Worked it out from the initials. 7 points for that. And motorbiking.
Cat Stevens.
Chris Spedding.
Chris Spedding.
He would have scored you 12 points. So Engelbert Humperdinck, the best answer on that board.
Thank you very much indeed. So the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head round. I'm afraid, Jessica and Gary, it's you. Oh, you did well, though. You're going to be back next time, and I'm sure you'll do just as well, if not a little bit better next time. Thank you so much. Meanwhile, Jessica and Gary. But for Megan and Angharad, it is now time for our pointless final. Well, congratulations, Megan and Angharad. You have fought off all the competition to win our coveted pointless trophy. You now have a chance to win our pointless jackpot, and it is currently standing, lest you forget, at £2,500. Well, very well done indeed. First visit to the show, and here you are, 2-0, in fact, in the head-to-head. We'll draw a veil over the first question, of course, the joints question. OK, what would you like to see come up, apart from table tennis?
I think capital cities would be good for us.
Good.
Some sports, so football, Welsh rugby, Olympics, that type of thing.
OK, well, very, very best of luck. 4 things will appear on the board. Let's hope you like the look of at least one of them. We have got for you today Mary, Queen of Scots, A Star is Born casts, beer, Grand National horse races in the UK and Ireland.
Definitely not horse racing.
Not horse racing.
Beer, we both like beer, so... Mary, Queen of Scots, you haven't seen the film, have you?
No.
So I've seen 2 of them, but I don't know if I could get anyone good for Stars Born.
OK,
but,
should we go for beer then? No pressure, I don't mind.
OK. Yeah, let's go for beer.
We'll go... Shall we?
Shall we?
Let's
Yeah,
just go for
beer.
OK, we'll just go for beer and hope for the
Beer.
best.
It's going to be beer?
Yeah.
Beer.
Why
Beer,
not?
beer, beer.
Why are we going
I thought twins were supposed to be telepathic. That was very best of luck. Let's take a look. We're looking for any style of beer, any real ale style listed on the Canberra website as of March 2019. That's not types or brands, but styles of real ale. We are looking for any of the top 25 hop-producing countries in the world in 2017. Those are the most recent figures, according to the UN, so the countries that produce the most hops. Or we're looking for any landlord of the Queen Vic in EastEnders, anyone that's been an on-screen landlord or owner of the Queen Vic, according to the EastEnders' own website. So Canberra Real Ale Style, 25 hop-producing countries and landlords at the Queen Vic. Very best of luck.
Thank you very much. Now, as always, you've got up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win that jackpot is for just one of your answers to be pointless. You don't have to answer all 3 categories. Focus on whichever categories you like the look of. Are you ready?
I think so.
Yeah.
OK, let's put 60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
I'm sorry, we've gone for this.
It's all right, we can discuss 3 countries.
Should we go for the middle one?
Yeah. Well, I reckon Denmark, because obviously like,
Yeah. Czech Republic with
Yeah. Should we maybe one like not in Europe potentially, just to like spread it out? I'm trying to think where. Oh, I guess somewhere.
India, and Thailand, because they
they brew. Yeah, so they brew hop juice. I don't know, like what conditions do you need to produce?
I don't know.
Well, yeah, we could just, or like even like Thailand or India maybe.
Should we guess Thailand, Czech Republic, and do you want to just guess a random South? Because I feel like Denmark might be the highest.
yeah, maybe,
Should we guess like a random like South American country or something?
Yeah.
Or
can you think of a beer that you've had from
No,
South
that's true.
America? I don't know.
I don't know. Estonia, something like that.
No, maybe it's
Is that
too
too?
obscure.
Okay.
25. Should we go for maybe
10 seconds left.
Two Asian ones.
Yeah. Okay. India,
Yeah, India, Thailand, and
Czech Republic.
yeah. All right.
Okay.
OK, that is your time up. Let's have your 3 answers. And if you could say which category you're answering
Okay.
in,
So we're
that'd be
just
great.
going for the hop-producing countries.
Very good.
And we're going to go for Czech Republic,
Czech Republic,
Thailand,
Thailand,
and India.
and India. Of those 3, which is your best shot at a pointless answer?
India.
India will put last. Least likely to be pointless?
I reckon maybe Czech.
Yeah, Czech Republic.
OK, Czech Republic will put first, and then Thailand goes in the middle. OK, well, let's put those answers up on the board in that order then, and here they are. We have got Czech Republic, Thailand and India. 3 good answers on the board. Who knows if they're right? Who knows? One of those might turn out to be pointless and win you £2,500. What would you like to spend that on if you were to win? Megan?
I think we'd really like to take our dad on holiday. So I think he's always wanted to go to South Africa, so it'd be really nice to treat him and take him there.
Lovely. Angharad, anything you want to add to that?
I better say the same thing, really, or I'm going to look like the worst daughter.
I'd like some shoes. Yeah, OK, perfect. Well, let's hope one of these 3 answers will win that jackpot for you. In all 3 cases, we're looking for the 25 top hop-producing countries of the world. Your first answer was the Czech Republic, the one you thought was probably least likely to be pointless. Let's find out if it's right. Let's find out if it is pointless for £2,500. It's right. Czech Republic, absolutely right. Now, it just has to be pointless. Down it goes through the 20s. We're into the teens, into single figures. Down goes the Czech Republic to 4. This is good. 4 for the Czech Republic. Not a pointless answer, though, so let's turn to your next answer, Thailand. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people named it as a hop-producing country. How many of our 100 people said it? Is it pointless for £2,500? Ooh, bad luck. Not Thailand. So let's turn swiftly to your third and final answer, India. The answer you thought was your best shot at a pointless answer. Again, we're looking for the 25 top hop-producing countries. For £2,500, is India pointless? No! Oh, bad luck. Well, one very good answer in there. 2 answers that sounded like they might have been right, but turned out to be incorrect. I'm afraid you didn't manage to find that all-important pointless answer, so I'm afraid you don't win the jackpot, but you do each get a pointless trophy to take home, and you have played so well across the show, so very, very well done indeed. Richard?
Yeah, it's been a cracker. And yeah, India and Thailand are not big hop-producing countries, I'm afraid. I will take you through the pointless answers in that category soon, but we will start with those camera reel ale styles, because I'm sure some people will be shouting at the telly. At home, you could have had barley wines, best bitter, old ale, strong milds, speciality, strong bitter, or strong old ales. Those are the pointless answers there. Now, let's take a look at these countries. You weren't a million miles away with Czech Republic. Austria was a pointless answer. Slovenia was a pointless answer. Ethiopia, Japan was a pointless answer. You could have had Albania. Argentina was a pointless answer. You were thinking of going down to South America. North Korea is a pointless answer. Slovakia and the Ukraine. All of those would have taken the jackpot for you. Now, the landlords of the Queen Vic and EastEnders. 3 pointless answers here. You could have had Dan Sullivan, Eddie Royal, or Roxy Mitchell. Very well done if you've got any of those at home.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard, and thank you, Megan and Angharad. I'm sorry you didn't win our jackpot today. That'll therefore roll over onto the next show, when we will be playing for £3,500. Join us then to see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.